Robert Downey Jr. is back. But what really has fans excited is the confirmation at Comic-Con that Tony Stark will transform into the iconic villain Dr. Doom. How can this happen? And what does it mean for the future of the MCU? In this video, we will explore the different versions of Tony Stark as Dr. Doom in the comics, revealing how Tony the genius, billionaire, and hero becomes the greatest villain in the Marvel Universe. Get ready for an incredible journey where every detail can change everything we know about heroes and villains. The story begins with a battle between the Fantastic Four and Dr. Doom. However, the confrontation quickly takes a shocking turn when the villain removes his helmet, revealing an unexpected face. Tony Stark? But this is not the Tony Stark we know. This is from an alternate Earth, Earth 5012, a world devastated by a catastrophic war that shaped a very different Stark. This Tony Stark from Earth 5012 is not the charismatic hero we know, but a hardened, cruel, and fearless man, forged by the brutalities of his world. He reveals that, in his own reality, he killed Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, an act that not only scarred his soul, but also left his face disfigured as a constant reminder of his moral downfall. Stark's fate in his original Earth was grim and hopeless, leading Reed Richards to intervene. In an attempt to prevent a greater evil, Richards sent Stark to a different universe, away from his devastated Earth. His journey brought him to Earth 616, the main universe of Marvel Comics. However, even with the new location, Stark managed to escape the Fantastic Four, using his cunning and advanced technology to flee. As the fight to capture Stark continues, the Fantastic Four and their allies find themselves in a race against time to contain this new threat. While Stark from Earth 5012 shared DNA with Tony Stark from Earth 616, he leveraged this genetic connection to infiltrate Stark Industries, stealing part of the company's arsenal. His plan was to use these resources to create a way to return to his devastated universe. To achieve this, he manipulated a young mutant named Paul Patterson, whose ability to open portals was crucial for his escape. However, Stark's attempt to escape was thwarted by the heroes of Earth 616. During the portal opening attempt, an explosion was triggered to prevent his passage, resulting in his detention by S.H.I.E.L.D. But the detention did not last long. Stark managed to regain control of the situation and, by possessing an android, created a new autonomous armor, adopting the name Iron Maniac. Iron Maniac proved to be a formidable and dangerous adversary. Combining advanced Stark Industries technology with his own cruelty and skills, he initiated a series of devastating attacks against the heroes of Earth. The heroes, facing a complex and dangerous battle, united to confront Iron Maniac. During the confrontation, the young hero known as Freedom Rink made a heroic sacrifice, using his abilities decisively to neutralize the threat posed by Iron Maniac. His act of courage and altruism was crucial to Stark's final defeat, Demon in an Armor. In yet another universe where the brilliant Tony Stark becomes the feared Dr. Doom. This is the setting in Demon in an Armor, an intriguing Marvel what-if story where the fate of the characters we know is drastically altered. In this alternate universe, Tony Stark and Victor Von Doom cross paths as university classmates. While Tony, always charming and arrogant, draws all the attention, Victor, more reclusive and dark, watches with disdain. But what really changes the game is when Stark, with all his cunning, manipulates Victor into helping build a machine that, supposedly, would awaken latent telekinetic powers in people. Little did Victor know he was being deceived, and Stark had much darker plans in mind. Upon completing the machine, Tony Stark was confident he would become even more powerful. But at the moment he activated the device, Victor Von Doom revealed his true intention, redirecting the energy from Tony's brain cortex to his own, resulting in a mind swap. The billionaire genius, now trapped in Doom's body, faced a devastating turn in his life. Expelled from the university for conducting forbidden experiments, Tony was forced to live on the fringes, facing a harsh reality that led him to rock bottom, including falling into alcoholism. But, as always, Stark's resilience shone through. He picked himself up, overcoming difficulties, and completed his studies with excellence, determined to regain control of his life. Meanwhile, in Tony's body, Victor took advantage of his new identity to start a successful career as a scientist and entrepreneur, using Stark's genius to achieve his own goals. In this new world, both men, now in swapped bodies, became powerful and influential figures, but their ambitions and internal conflicts led them down dark and unpredictable paths. After the mind swap, Victor, now in Tony Stark's body, founded Stark Universal, a new corporation dedicated to advanced technologies, where he created his version of Iron Man's armor. Meanwhile, Tony, in Doom's body, established Doom Industries, developing his own version of Doom's armor, more powerful and lethal. Both used their genius to sabotage each other's efforts, diving into an intense rivalry that would culminate in an epic confrontation. When they finally faced off, the battle was monumental. Armors glowing with power, the two men fought with everything they had, but at the climax of the battle, Tony, still in Doom's body, managed to overcome Victor. Defeated, Victor made a last move, offering Tony the chance to reveal the truth about the mind swapped to the world in exchange for his freedom. But Tony, reflecting on the weight of his tarnished name and the consequences it would bring, made a surprising decision. Instead of reclaiming his former identity, Tony chose to continue as Victor Von Doom, but in a different way. He declared that from that moment on, he would live as a new Doom, an honorable Iron Man, dedicated to doing good and correcting past mistakes. This marked the beginning of a new era where the name Doom, once feared, became associated with justice and honor, transforming the Marvel multiverse in unexpected ways. Infamous Iron Man. Victor Von Doom's journey as Infamous Iron Man takes us to crucial moments in the Secret Wars events. After saving reality from imminent destruction by the Beyonders, Doom absorbed their vast powers, but this new power corrupted him, turning him into a threat that Marvel heroes needed to unite forces to contain. However, upon renewing the universe, Doom underwent a significant transformation, not only in power but in identity. With his disfigured face finally restored and his villainous ambitions beginning to fade, Doom started to redefine himself. The change was not immediate but gradual, marked by a series of actions that surprised both allies and former enemies. He began to help Tony Stark on various missions, showing an altruistic side that no one expected. This collaboration marked the beginning of a new era for Doom, who saw himself less as a conqueror and more as a guardian, albeit hesitantly. The most dramatic turning point occurred after the events of Civil War II, where Tony Stark fell into a coma. Doom, aware of the void left by Stark, made a surprising decision. He resigned from his position as Regent of Latveria, a gesture symbolizing his commitment to leave behind his relentless pursuit of power. In an act of redemption, Doom offered Stark a chance to reclaim his life, promising that his era of domination was over. This new Doom, now a reluctant hero, navigated a path filled with challenges, trying to prove to himself and the world that, despite his dark past, he could be more than the villain everyone feared. Thus, Victor Von Doom, in an unexpected move, decided to become a hero and took on the mantle of Iron Man. However, his attempt at redemption was met with distrust and hostility. The world was not ready to accept that one of the greatest villains in history could change so drastically. Even with his good intentions, Doom faced massive obstacles, both internal and external. Mephisto, the cunning and manipulative demon, was one of the first to challenge this transformation. He believed Doom's nature was irreversible and began tormenting him with visions of his mother, reminding him of his failure to save her and trying to convince him that he was destined for darkness. Additionally, S.H.I.E.L.D., the global security organization, could not simply ignore Doom's past crimes. They saw him as a potential threat, a ticking time bomb that could explode at any moment. S.H.I.E.L.D.'s relentless pursuit made Doom's life as the new Iron Man even more complicated, forcing him to repeatedly prove his intentions, even when it seemed no one was willing to believe him. Meanwhile, former allies of Doom in the villainous underworld began to view him as a traitor. The villain Hood, who had built a reputation of power and influence, saw Doom as a threat to his domain and decided to confront him directly. This clash between two of the most powerful and complex characters in the Marvel Universe occurred at a critical moment, just as Tony Stark began to wake from his coma. In this whirlwind of conflicts and challenges, Victor Von Doom fought not only to redeem himself, but to show the world that he could, in fact, be the hero everyone thought was impossible. The battle against Hood was devastating for Victor Von Doom. During the confrontation, he suffered severe burns that disfigured his face once again, a painful symbol of his dark past. This blow, both physical and psychological, was enough to make Doom question his ability to be a hero. With his strength weakened and his spirit shaken, Tony Stark finally reassumed the role of Iron Man, leaving Doom to deal with the scars. Returning to his castle in Latveria, Doom fell into a period of deep seclusion. Isolated and bitter, he watched his nation fall into decay. Latveria, once a symbol of his power and dominance, was now on the brink of collapse. This desperate vision forced him to confront a truth he was reluctant to admit. The world and Latveria needed Dr. Doom. And so, with a heavy heart and a soul marked by recent experiences, Doom decided to reclaim his old alter ego, embracing once again the role of the villain he knew so well. As we await to see how these characters will be adapted to the big screen, these stories offer a glimpse of the many directions Marvel might take, bringing new dimensions to iconic figures like Tony Stark and Dr. Doom. Doom's trajectory and the potential for a dark version of Stark offer a fascinating insight into how powerful characters handle power and its consequences, maintaining the balance between heroism and villainy in the vast Marvel universe. The video is coming to an end. What did you think of these alternate versions of Tony Stark as Dr. Doom? If you enjoyed this fascinating journey through the multiverse, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot to grow the channel and bring more amazing content to you. I want to know your opinion. What did you think of seeing Robert Downey Jr. returning to the Marvel Universe, but this time as the villain Doctor Doom? Comment below and share your ideas. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications and not miss any of our upcoming videos. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.